Al Burhan inspects medical corps in Durman. Airport of Wad Madani and 10 industrial cities to be considered within 2026. Yemeni presidency UAE prevents Al-Bahsani from leaving for Riyadh. Hello and welcome. As part of his inspection tour of the public institutions and facilities in the capital, Chairman of the Sovereignty Council and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Force, Lieutenant General Abdul Fattah Al-Burhan, paid an inspection visit to the medical corps in Durman. The visit included emergency and trauma hospital and a number of health facilities, during which he reviewed the level of medical service provided to soldiers and civilians. Prime Minister Dr. Kamel Idris arrived in Khartoum today, accompanied by several ministers, signaling the resumption of government activities from the capital Khartoum. Addressing a public gathering in Bahri, Dr. Kamel announced the return of the entire government of Hope to Khartoum, effective immediately. The Prime Minister expressed his gratitude to General Al-Burhan and the Hope of Eastern Sudan and Red Sea State for their hospitality and warm welcome. He also commended the efforts of High Committee for facilitating the return to Khartoum State and the Governor of Khartoum. Foreign Minister Muhyiddin Salim headed the delegation of the Republic of Sudan participating in the session of foreign ministers of the member states of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation of the organization's headquarters at the organization's headquarters in Jeddah. The meeting addressed recent developments related to Israel's recognition of the self-proclaimed Somaliland. During the closed session, the minister affirmed that this recognition constitutes a violation of Somalia's sovereignty and undermines the security and stability of the region. Sudan's permanent representative to Geneva, Ambassador Hassan Hamid, met with Ms. Mariana Spolivich, president of the International Committee of the Red Cross, on January 7 at the organization's headquarters. He reviewed the details of Sudan's peace initiative and discussed the support it has received. For her part, Ms. Sophia Rich commended the initiative and all efforts aimed at ending the war. She affirmed the organization's commitment to the principle of neutrality and independence, joint actions on humanitarian issues, and the support for infrastructure rehabilitation. Field source reported the death of prominent Rapid Support Force leader or commander Isa Hussein in a drone strike targeted an RSF position in Al Junaina, West Darfur. According to initial reports, the strike resulted in the death of Isa and several of his companions. His death is considered a significant loss to the Rapid Support Force plans in the Darfur region, as he was one of the most prominent field commanders. In another development, the Sudanese army had made significant progress in the Kordofan region in recent hours, recapturing several strategic locations previously held by the Rapid Support Force. Dr. Mariam bint Ali bin Nasser, Minister of State for International Cooperation, announced that Qatar, in cooperation with Turkey, has sent an urgent humanitarian ship to Sudan, provided assistance to those affected by the conflict. The minister stated that the ship is carrying more than 2,428 tons of aid to support those affected by the conflict and food insecurity. She added that Qatari-Turkish partnership is a strategic partnership in service of humanity. The governor of Khartoum, Ahmed Osman Hamza, conducted a field tour that included the Al Mugran area Al Ghaba Street, and Central Khartoum. The tour included the Mugran Health Center. The governor also inspected the rehabilitation work on Al Qasr Street and Al Ghaba Street, where he reviewed the ongoing efforts to complete the rehabilitation work. The Ministry of Urban Planning in Al Jazeera State stated that its 2026 plan aims to bring a transformation in urban development through a package of integrated projects. Engineer Abu Bakr Abdullah, Director General of the Ministry of Urban Planning in the state, explained that the plan includes the construction of a civilian airport, the establishment of 10 industrial cities, and the expansion of vertical housing to meet population growth, therefore achieving a balance between needs and sustainability. He added that the plan also includes the establishment of a free zone, as well as the construction of 3 large solar power plants. A Yemeni presidential source called on the UAE to allow Presidential Leadership Council member Faraj al-Bahsani to leave its territory for Riyadh to work with the council's leadership and participate in the ongoing Saudi-sponsored efforts. The source confirmed the inability to continue to connect Faraj in recent days, implying that Emirati authorities had prevented him from leaving to fulfill his responsibilities with the Presidential Leadership Council. The principles of the international law applies to everyone, including the United States, German Finance Minister Lars Klingbeil said in reference to President Donald Trump's threats to seize Greenland. It is solely up to Denmark and Greenland to decide about Greenland's future. Territorial sovereignty and integrity must be respected, Lars said. A U.S. military seizure of mineral-rich Arctic island from Denmark would send shockwave through NATO and deepen the divide between Trump and the European leaders. This was your today's news by Sniper TV. Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.